While loop executes set of statements. While loop executes. If you have got any queries, you can ask me up during this. I'll give more examples. For loop is mostly used in Python rather than while loop. While loop executes set of statements. Set of statements for repeated number of times of multiple times. While loop executes set of statements for repeated number of times of multiple times. While loop executes set of statements for repeated number of times of multiple times. Syntax for defining while loop. Syntax for defining while loop in Python. So while loop syntactically it will be same like other programming language only, like initialization, condition, increment or decrement, like C or Java, whatever is the same this manner. But mostly in our applications are this, we go for loop. But whenever like in situations where you go in while loop means infinite loop, infinite number of times you should keep on executing. Generally, whenever you go to your ATM, if you forgot your PIN, how many chances will it give? Infinite number of times, or only 3 times? 3 times or 5 times, I hope, right? After that, it will be locked. Afterwards, it's going to be locked, right? Okay. Fine. Syntax for defining a while loop. But if you want infinite number of times, infinite while loop, you can go. Infinite number of times it can create, right? Syntax for defining a while loop. So first initialization. We have seen many programs, right? Those who have attended. Did we use any for while loop up to now? While for is mostly used. That is for this for loop syntax is totally different as compared with other programming languages, right? Yes. For loop syntax. It is made powerful in Python for loop. For how for loop applied on a list, how for loop applied on a string, how for loop applied on a range, that we have seen in the last class. For loop, the for loop is okay. While condition, statement 1. See this indentation concept. Colon is there. If you keep colon and press enter, automatically it takes the indentation. Means in if block or while or for loop, everything you need for indentation. How many statements you want to keep? All the statements within this loop, right? Okay. While condition, statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4. Here increment or decrement. Increment, sorry. increment or decrement. Increment or decrement. Initialization, condition, statements, increment or decrement. Now, understand the syntax carefully. All the statements within the while loop follows the same space indentation. All the statements within the while loop follows the same space indentation. Space indentation understood. Statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. Observe here. All the statements following the same indentation or not? Yes. They should follow. Okay. The statements within the while loop will be executed. The statements within the while loop will be executed until the condition becomes false. Okay, the statements within the while loop will be until the condition becomes false. Once the condition becomes false, control comes out of while loop. Once the condition becomes false, control comes out of while loop and executes the other statements. Once the condition becomes false, control comes out of while loop and executes the other statements. Now, we'll see one example on this while loop now. Printing numbers from 1 to 10. Printing numbers from 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Now, for example, see the syntax and try to say me. First is initialization. Next is condition and increment or decrement. Initialization means I'm saying x equal to 1. 1 to 10 we need to print, right? Means start with what number? 1. Means that's why initialize x as 1. And while loop should execute for how many times? 10 times. Why? Because you want to print 10 values. So if I say print x means only one time one value will be printed, but 10 values to be printed means how many times that loop to be executed? 10 times. We need to give the condition here. How many times the loop to be executed? 10 times, 20 times, 50 times. If 20 values to be printed, 20 times. 50 values, 50 times. So here, try to say me while x should be less than or equal to 10. Once the x value becomes 11, come out of it. Come out of the while loop. Don't execute further. X value start with 1 up to 10. Okay, now say me print x. Now let print x. So this is initialization. While condition means this while condition statement print x. Again, if I keep enter, automatically takes the indentation. X equal to x plus 1. Come out and say, no need to say print end. Print end is not compulsory. To just say we came out of that while loop and printing the other statement. Observe here, x value 1 less than 10 or not? Condition true. If condition true, then statements within the while loop executes. It prints 1. X value becomes 2. Again checks 2 less than 10 or not. Again prints 2. X value becomes 3. 3 less than 10. Prints 3. X value becomes 4. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 less than 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 less than 10, right? Print 9. X value becomes 10. 10 less than or equal to 10, right? Prints 10. X value becomes 11. 11 less than 10. False. Comes out of this while loop and say print end. When that condition is false, it comes out of that while loop. Okay, understood everyone? So this controllers. Okay, next file, new file. Understood this program, everyone? See the result of it once. Run module. Printing numbers from 1 to 10 END, right? Yes. I'm copying the same code. I'm copying the same code. Copy. File, new file. Printing a message for multiple times using while loop. Printing a message for multiple times. Printing a message for multiple times using while loop. For example, I want to print good morning for multiple times. So instead of saying print X, print good morning. Now observe here, when X value is 1, so while loop executes for 10 times, 10 times 10 good mornings will be printed. When X value becomes 11, it comes. Previously, you are printing that X value, right? But I removed the text and I kept good morning here. Instead of printing the value of X, it is printing good morning. When X value is 1, 1 less than 10, prints good morning. X value becomes 2, 2 less than 10, again good morning. X value becomes 3, 3 less than 10, good morning. 4, 5, good morning. When X value becomes 10 less than 10, good morning. 11, when it becomes 11, comes out. Okay, next. to find the sum of first n numbers. To find the sum of first n numbers. So generally, to accept n, enter, for example, if n value 10, first 10 numbers. If n value 20, first 20 numbers. First 10 numbers sum means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus up to 10. 20 numbers means 1 plus 2 plus up to 20. Find the value of n numbers. If n value, depending upon the n value, the sum need to be calculated. If n value 20, 20. If n value 50, 50 numbers. So here, how will you accept int of? We have what a input function in Python. Input function, enter value of n. Enter value of n. So here it will ask you this will be printed in the output. Enter the value of n. You will enter some value, just like in the C language scanf. You got this. Enter value of n. I will enter 10. Now what is the n value? 10. Where you will enter the 10 during this output. Okay. Enter value of n. Okay, fine. Now, initially some value in think that my sum one, I'm taking a variable sum one is 0. Initially the sum is 0. Assume that sum is 0. Now, first to the sum is 0, right? First add 1 to it. So in second time, add 2 to it. Third time, add 3 to it. 4 to it, 5, 6, 7. 10 times while loop executes, 10 values will be added. After adding the 10 values, add these values, you will get the sum value, right? So here, while assume that x equal to 1. X will start with 1. While x less than or equal to n. If n value 10, 10 times it executes. If n value 20, 20 times it executes. N value 50, 50 times it executes. Sum equal to sum plus sum 1 equal to sum 1 plus x. Sum equal to comma sum 1, right? Sum equal to sum 1. This one you keep outside this and just say x equal to x plus 1 here. Answer. Now see these coding ones. Okay, first let me show you the output. First I'll show you the output and I'll come back to the explanation. Run module. Enter value of n 10. Sum of 10 numbers is 55. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus up to 10 is value is what? 55. Now observe how you got this. X value 1, start with 1. How many times this while loop to be executed? Depends upon the n value. If n value 10, 10 times. If n value 20, 20 times. N value 30, 30 times, right? Sum 1 equal to sum 1 plus x. Sum 1 equal to sum 1 plus x. Okay. So x value 1 less than 10, condition true. Sum equal to sum plus 1, 0 plus 1. You'll get the sum value. X value becomes 2, right? 2 less than 10. Again, add 2 to the previous sum. Add 2 to the previous sum is this. X value becomes 3. 3 less than 10. Add 3. X value is 3 to the previous sum. Previous sum is this. Add that 3 to the previous sum. In this way, add 4, add 5, add 6, finally add 10. Now, if you sum all this, nothing but assign to this sum one. You will get that. Come out of this while loop and print. If you keep this print statement within the while loop, here if you keep means what happens? Every time it prints. First time it prints 1, second time it prints 3, third time it prints 6, fourth time it prints 10 like that. Come out of the while loop and print it. Okay? Once that this condition becomes false, come out and print the final sum one value. Enter value of n 10. Sum is 55. Okay, understood everyone? Any query in this? Next, infinite while loop. Generally, in the previous example, when this while condition become false, think that n value is 10. When L value, this value becomes 11, when x becomes 11, condition becomes false, right? Now say me why when this while condition becomes false, it never becomes false, right? Always true, while true only, right? Generally, if you while condition, if you give, if true, while loop statements executes. If false, while loop won't be executed, right? So here, if I give true means always the while loop condition true, always the statements executes. Now say print hello. How many times this hello executes? For example, x less than or equal to 10 means 10 times executes. Less than 20 means 20 times. X less than or equal to 50 means 50 times we are giving the condition. But here no condition. True has said. How many times while executes? Hmm? If one time execution means this while also not required. By default, every Python statement executes once, right? While true, okay, prints hello. Again while true, prints hello. Again while true, prints hello. Again while true, prints hello. While true, prints hello. It won't become false. It keeps on printing hellos infinite number of times. It keeps on printing hellos. It keeps on printing, right? Yes. How to come out of this execution? How to come out of this? At the top right corner, close button is there, right? No, no. So here, If you try to close this, it will ask, do you really want to exit this execution? See here, if you close this, your program is still running. Do you want to kill it or not? This program is still running. Do you want to kill it? Cancel means again keeps on executing. Okay, if you say okay, it gets. This is one way. Another way is, okay, it keeps on executing, keeps on. How to come out of this execution means control C, control C, control C. If I say control C, keyboard interrupt stops, close it. Understand? Otherwise, infinite number of times it keeps on executing, right? If you want to interrupt it, you close it. It will ask whether how to kill that execution. Whenever infinite loop, how to kill that execution means you can say control C. Control C for killing it. Understood infinite while loop? Now I got one task. Now infinite while loop at the same code hello. Infinite within the infinite while loop I kept hello. How many times it executes? Infinite number. But exactly after printing hello for 5 times, it should come out of that while loop. You will keep some timer, right? Generally, you will have timers. So just like in the same way, when hello got printed for 5 times, it should come out of that while loop and executes the other statements outside the while loop. Very simple. We have got one more statement called break statement. Break statement. Give some condition, if condition. X value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When X value becomes 5, break, come out of that while loop. Use if within the while loop, use if block and give the condition. How will you give the condition? If that value reaching 5, come out of that while. See that how we are going to write break statement. Before that, understand this break statement. Lot of things you need to break. Whenever break statement is used, whenever break statement is used within the loop, whenever break statement is used within the loop, then control comes out of that loop. Whenever break statement is used within the loop, then control comes out of that loop. Control comes out of the end statements within the control comes out of that loop and statements after break are not executed. x equal to 1 while true. Observe here, while infinite loop, right? This infinite while loop. Print hello. How many times the while loop executes now? Infinite times, right? While true means infinite number of times. X value is 1. If x value reaches 5, say break. After break, say one more statement, print I. Come out of this and say x equal to x plus 1. Come out of the entire while loop and say print e and d. Can anyone say the output of this program?
Hello will be printed for 5 times. Then after I will be printed.
Then
And
end. Hello for 5 times, hi for 1 time, and e and d. Any other answers? Hello 1 time, hi 5 times. Next, any other? Hello 5 times. Yes. Still. Yes. Set. Here one thing. Hi how many times? Hi how many times? The statement hi won't be executed here. The statement hi won't be executed. Clearly I have written here, statements after break are not executed. 5 times, 1 time you are saying. Whenever you say break, immediately it comes out of that while loop. How many one statement or two statements or 10 statements you are keeping after break? They are not executed. Whenever x value equal to 5, break means immediately come out of that while loop. Don't execute the other statements after that. So here, this if condition executes only when x value becomes 5. When x value becomes 5, immediately, and you may ask one query, then why you kept this? What is the necessity of keeping this print statement when it is not getting executed, right? So just to demonstrate that statements after break are not getting executed. Statements after break won't execute. If you keep one statement or 3 statements you keep after break, they won't execute. So here, this if block executes only once when x value reaches 5. When x value reaches 5, immediately you are saying break. If you want to execute this high statement, keep it before break. First it will say that print high, it will say high and it will come out. Understanding? Observe this entire coding once. First, okay, first observe this output, later you can make a note. What is this? While and break. While and break. Dot py. Okay. Now first observe how 5 times it prints hello. It won't print high, it prints e and d next. Hello for 5 times and e and d, right? High is not printed. Means observe this Python execution starts from first line to the remaining line. First x equal to 1, okay. While true means okay, prints hello for the first time. If 1 equal to 5, 1 is equal to 5, x value is what? 1. 1 is it equal to 5? No. This if won't execute. If block won't execute. X value becomes 2 now. X value becomes 2 now. Okay. Prints hello. Second time again the while loop executes. Prints hello for the second time. 2 equal to 5? No. This if won't execute. 3 it becomes. Prints hello for the third time. 3 equal to 5? No. 4 it becomes. Prints hello for the fourth time. 4 equal to 5? No. X value becomes 5. Prints hello for the fifth time. Prints hello for the fifth time. 5 equal to 5. Condition true, right? immediately break, come out of that while loop and print END. When X value reaches 5, immediately break means come out of that while loop. Understood everyone? See that how this control is flowing. Okay, understood everyone. Next, just like if else in Python, we have got while else. Just like if else block, we have got while else block in Python. What is if else? Either if condition or else condition, only one is going to execute. If condition false, it will go to the else. If it is true, if block execute, otherwise. But what is while else? If while condition becomes false, control goes to the else block in execute. If while condition false, for example, if while condition is false, then control goes to else block. Observe here, x is 1. While loop, how many times you want to execute? 10 times. What is the output of this program? Try to say everyone. How many times hello? 10 times, right? How many times this good morning? 1 time. See, after executing this while loop for 10 times, 11th time the condition becomes false, right? So after printing hello for 10 times, 11th time the condition becomes false. When the condition false, then only it comes to the else block and prints good morning. Means at least 1 time it prints good morning, 10 times it prints hello. Just like do while loop. Do while loop. So 10 times it prints hello, 1 time it prints. Okay. Now a query here. See this print END and print good morning. Do you think if I execute the program, always these two statements executes? Always good morning and END statements executes? Run, run module. See this, see the output once. 10 times hello, good morning END executed, right? Again you execute. Always this good morning END executes. Or is there any situation? So this END means it's not part of any loop, while block or else block or if block. It's not part of any. It always executes. Do you think good morning always executes? Is there any situation where good morning won't execute? Understood my query? Question. Yes. Yeah. When break statement is there, when break statement is used, then good morning won't execute. Observe here the same program. Understood this program first, everyone? 10 times after executing the while loop, 11th time it goes to the else block. Understood this while else? Yes, everyone. Now, while else and break. While else and break. If x value reaching 5. Now try to say what is the output of this program. Hello, how many times? Hi, how many times? Good morning, how many times? END. One time. So here hi and good morning won't be executed. Whenever you say break, totally it comes out of while else block. Not only while block, it comes out of while else block. Statements after break. Statements after break are not executed, even the else block. Even the else block also not executed. Statements after break are not executed, even the else block. So whenever you say break, totally it comes out of while else block and print CND. It comes out of while else block and print CND, right? Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So this one, whenever you say break, from here it won't execute all this. It comes and print CND. Observe this output. Check these outputs, everyone. Prints hello for 5 times. When X value becomes 5, break means totally comes out of while else and print CND. File, new file. This is important. Continue. The name itself saying what is that? Break means come out of that. Continue means continue the next iterations. Continue the next iterations. Don't come out of that value. Continue the next iteration. It skips the current iteration. It skips the current iteration. And continues with the next iterations. Continues with the next iterations. It skips the current iteration and continues with the next iterations. X value 0. While X less than 10. Immediately X equal to X plus 1, I am saying. If X value equal to 5, previously I said break, right? Now I am saying continue. Previously I said break, right? I am saying continue. In the case of break means immediately come out of that while loop and execute the other statements. Continue means don't come out of that while loop. Okay, except that iteration, next iterations you continue. Print I statement. In the case of break statements, statements after break not executed. In the case of continue, first you say me whether this high statement executes or not. Yes or no? No. Here also high statement won't be executed. Observe this. Now observe this output once. First, 1 hello it prints, 2 hello, 3 hello, 4 hello. 5 hello it won't. X value reaches 5 means skip it. If X value equal to 5, skip all the statements. I also get skipped. When X value becomes 6, again this if won't execute. I also won't execute. Understand? After this, again I'll come back to this explanation. Except to 5 allow, 1 allow, 2 allow, 3, 4, except to 5 allow, 6 allow, 7. Next iterations. Continue with the next iteration. Except 5, continue with the next 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Understand? Here, X value 0, X plus 1. If X value becoming 5, if X value become 5, continue means skip the, after continue, what all then skip it. Skip the current iteration. Continue with the next iteration means next iteration X value becomes 6. If X value becomes 6, if won't execute name. 6 allow it will print. Next X value becomes 7, if won't execute, 7 allow. X value becomes 8, if won't execute, 8 allow, 9 allow, 10 allow. Understood? Any confusion? Hello? Understood? So here X value is here X value equal to 5, break means immediately come out of that while loop and say END print. But continue means what you will do after continue, what all the statements are there, skip those. Means high statement gets skipped, 5 allow gets skipped. Next X value becomes next iteration. Continue with the next iteration means X value becomes 6. If won't execute, 6 allow, 7 allow, 8 allow, 9 allow. Observe this output also. Run module. Where exactly this break and continue statements are useful in the real time? Surendra Kumar, you are not supposed to write anything on the screen, otherwise you'll be away from the meeting. Surendra Kumar Reddy, yes. Disable. Yes. Where exactly this break and continue are useful means, yes. Observe this next example. Break and continue. The last example in this while loop. Break and continue. I'm using both break and continue in a single program, right? Now, observe. While true. While true. Username equal to input, using input function just like scanf. Enter the username. You will enter some username. Enter the username. Okay. Think that you have entered wrong username. If username not equal to Vijay. If username not equal to, if not equal to, only execute this if block. If it is not equal, if it is equal, okay, ask for the password, enter the password. If username not equal to Vijay, break or continue. If you say break, it immediately will come out of the while loop and it won't ask for the username you want. username password. It won't ask for the password. If we are saying break, second time again it won't ask for the username or password. If you generally, if you enter the username, okay, you have entered wrong username. Again, second time it should ask for the username. Again, enter the username, right? Again, if you enter wrongly, again third time also it should ask for the username. If you say break means it won't come out of that while loop and say end. Now you say break or continue. Continue. If I say continue means, if I say continue, it will skip the next statements and again it will ask for the username. Next iteration means next again second time it will ask for the username. After continue, see here, for example, if you have entered the correct username, if won't execute, if block won't execute. If you are entering wrong username only, it executes. If it is not equal to only, it executes. Think that you have entered correct username. If won't execute, go for the password. In input, whatever you keep within the double quotes, the same thing you can see in the output. Enter the username. So the same thing will be prompted in the output, right? Enter your password. So if password double equal to, if password equal to Python, password is Python. If your password entered correctly, if username entered correctly, it will ask for the password. If password also entered correctly, your condition satisfied. Condition satisfied means again do you ask for the username and password? Break or continue here? If both username and password equal to Python entered correctly, break or continue? Break. Come out of that while loop. Don't ask again username and password. So if password equal to Python, break. If it is not equal to, if it is not entered correctly, this if won't execute, again this while loop executes. This while loop keep executing until you enter correct username and password. If username entered correctly, password entered correctly, then this break comes out of this, come out of this while loop and say print login successful. Understood everyone? So if username entered wrongly, if executes, continue means skip all the state, current iteration is skipped. Continue means what? Skip the current iteration means this. And continue with the next iteration means enter the username second time. You enter for the username. This time if you have entered correctly username, if won't execute, it will ask for the password. Enter your password. If password also entered correctly, break it and say login successful. If password entered wrongly, again come from the starting, enter username. So let's once execute these statements and check this functionality of while loop, break statement, continue statement, while else, right? Now observe everyone. First, before writing, okay, first write this, later I'll come back. Okay, now once observe this output, run module. Enter the username, James. Wrong username, right? Wrong username means this if block executes. Continue. You don't ask for the password. Skip it. Continue means skip the current iteration. Continue with the next. Again, it will ask for the username. Miller. Again, it will ask for the username. This time VIJAY. Now, hello Vijay, enter your password. Very 20. Okay, enter your password. Java, you say wrong password. Wrong password means again it comes from the starting. Enter your username. Vijay. Enter your password. Python. This time, if you have entered correctly, says login successful. Okay, understood? Where exactly this break and continue can be used?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Understood everyone? This is while loop in Python. While else, break, continue. Just one more minute. Just there is one more statement. Just like break statement, continue statement, we have got one more statement. What is that? Pass statement. Pass statement means just generally, if you are playing this program, if you don't know the answer, what you say? Pass, right? In the same way here also, nothing but empty block represents what? Empty block. For example, x value 10, y value 4, x value 10, y value 4. If x greater than y, if x is greater than y, true or false? X greater than y, true or false? But I doesn't want to perform anything. I doesn't want to write and say else. In else also, I doesn't want to write anything. Now, if I execute this program, PASS. So if I execute this program, do you get any error? Yes or no? If we execute this program, do you get any error? You will get error. You will get error because if colon indentation compulsory, right? Here, where is the indentation? There, if there are no statements, all the statements within the if block should follow indentation, right? But if block is following indentation, so here you will say execute. What it is doing? Error. Expected a indented block. So what you will do whenever you doesn't want to perform anything, give indentation and say pass. So else also just say pass. Indentation required. Just say pass. Now it won't give any error. No error, right? Just for block, empty block. Pass means empty block with indentation, right? Understood this pass statement, break, continue, and while else. Everyone try to execute today itself that practically and check. If you have got any queries, you ask.